Hey there, Taurus Sun, Taurus Moon, Taurus Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with the energy of the moon to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. I like to work with the Moon Astrology. It helps, it's reflective of how you feel, and how you feel is kind of how you're experiencing your life, right? So, and this week we start out with a big moon event. We have an eclipse happening at 23 degrees of Sagittarius at 11:17 a.m. on Monday. Oh my gosh, you guys have so many cards. All right, let's see what's going on for you. I do want to thank you so much for your likes, your shares, your comments. It helps connect our energy. I really like that. If you are a subscriber and you'd like to be notified when I upload videos or I go live, be sure to hit the notification bell and you might be notified. I find that doesn't always work that well. Speaking of going live, I go live on Monday nights at 7:30 p.m. I call it Moon Day Night Live, and you have such great cards. And I'm going to pull cards. So tonight, if you come along, I'm going to pull cards, a couple extra cards for the eclipse energy, and then I open up for questions and answers. I'll pull cards for people, and I close it down at 9 o'clock because I turn into a pumpkin, but that usually gives about 30-40 minutes for, whatever anybody wants to ask me about. So, wow. So the first card I saw was this. You have the Sun card. This is such great energy, and it comes with another major arcana of the Fool. So Taurus, oh my gosh, and you have the High Priestess. 3 major arcanas. Okay, so using your intuition to guide you to make a decision, kind of step off, that leads to the path of happiness. We have the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles says, I know what's of value and I know what's important. I have selected that thing that I'm going to nurture and grow, which is excellent because this is a eclipse of a new moon. So when you have an eclipse, new moon eclipse, solar eclipse, and you have the Sun card, that is about clearing more space in order to plant the seed. So hold on. Okay, so when we just had that eclipse in Gemini, that was in your house of what you value. And so there was eliminating a lot of things that you find no more of value. Find no more value in, whatever. And there's this big elimination of things that just do not work for you. The 8th house, yeah, Sagittarius is your 8th house. Yes. So this is a big transformation. Okay, this is releasing and letting go of the last little bit of whatever it is in order to create space to plant the seeds of intention. What I'm seeing is so weird, and I'm just not really pulling it together exactly how this is working. So hopefully as I start describing it, maybe I'll understand it better. What I see is a junkyard, and I see one of those cranes with the big magnet on it, and it's picking things up and it's moving it and it's crushing it and pulling it out and moving it and crushing it. And I guess that's one way to remove debris. Honestly, when I usually have tours, I see stuff about like farming or nature or whatever, but this is very mechanical, very continual action, gears moving, heavy machinery. The noise is really loud, and so I don't know. I feel like you've already pulled all the stuff out, and now I see the magnet coming back over with this eclipse, and it's just like hovering, and it's picking up like pieces of metal that came off the cars that didn't get hauled the first time. And so there's this need to keep removing and cleaning. Maybe you're clearing the space to build a new kind of building. Maybe everything had to get out of there because it wasn't going to be a junkyard anymore, and maybe they're going to put up a new kind of structure. But you have 3 of Wands. And Three of Wands, she's holding a globe, a crystal ball, and the light is shining in, and she's looking in, and she's seeing her future and which way to go. This one is, she's playing like a musical instrument, not a guitar, not a banjo, but something along that line. And so she's meditating almost with music, and it's helping her to figure out which pinnacle is of value to her. So I do want to encourage you. There's a lot of butterflies. There's butterflies showing up in 4 out of 5 of these cards. So I feel like, oh, actually just in the 3 major arcana, that's not a butterfly. Okay, that's crystals. All right, so all 3 of these butterflies to me are transformation in the 3D world. That's not necessarily a spiritual transformation, but it's transforming where you live, what job you have, what relationship you're in, what career you're working toward, what school you're going to. It's like a big major transition. And you have this beautiful energy of being willing to follow your intuition in order to manifest what it is that you really want and to bring the sunlight in. You know, between these 2 cards, it really looks like bringing the sunlight into your life. And this pentacle has this big, huge, like ruby or garnet in the middle of it. It has a very much root chakra. It feels very much like even though she's in a tree and she's up off the ground, it's like almost like realizing where you want to put your roots down, because it's a tree with a root chakra. Some of you might be moving. Very interesting energy. But we're moving through your career sector coming up here. So if it's a job change, I think it might have to do with an actual physical move. All right, so let's get into what this eclipse, got a little more information on this eclipse. Now, eclipse energy goes out for an 18-month cycle. So the seeds of intention that you plant now, it usually takes about 18 months to totally get every, the fruition of it, be able to, get the fruit off the tree from the seed that you're planting. But with an eclipse season, you will find that at regular intervals, you'll be noticing, because you're planted in an eclipse, and then there will be more eclipses coming up in the summer. You'll notice stages along the way as you work your way through this. Wow. Okay. So, you are being asked to pull your energy into this meditative, contemplative, doing what makes you feel comfortable and happy. She's not moving. She's sitting there. She's thinking about what she's going to do, but she's not doing anything, right? The Fool's standing there, but hasn't stepped off yet. So there is this need and this contemplative energy of the High Priestess. There is this need to pull your energy in. We have relaxation. You have forgiveness. And this feels like, first off, it's really hard for Taurus to relax. So this is granting you the grace and the space to do that in. But it's also forgiveness for, oh gosh, not getting everything right. There's so much pressure that many of us, no matter what our sign, put on ourselves to not make mistakes. But Taurus seems to do that more than some other signs. Like, they really feel like they have to be the authority, like they know what should be right and what is wrong, and things feel very black and white, and yet they don't always get it right, because you are a divine spark of God, but you're still having that same human experience with the rest of us. And we come here to have these experiences and to learn and to grow, and no matter what you do, no matter what, there's no right choices or wrong choices, right? There's just choices, and with each choice creates a new path. And with each path comes new opportunities to learn and grow. And so instead of holding yourself to this impossibly high standard of never making a misstep. You know, she's standing there afraid to step off the edge, never making a misstep. Instead, say, I went for it. I learned stuff. It wasn't great. I'm going to get myself up, dust myself off, take a lay of the land, see where I'm at now. And then when I'm ready, I'm going to choose to move forward. Because this is about resting. That's very Four Swords energy, right? This is the big pause, the big rest. While you pull yourself within and you forgive yourself and you allow the inner peace to come in. This is diving deep into your emotions and just being at peace with your shadow and your light. This is allowing yourself to not have it right. It's okay. Like, none of us get it right. Trust me. None of us get it right. And if we did, we wouldn't need to be here. We'd be in the spirit realm guiding everybody else. So you're here learning and growing, and don't be so hard on yourself. So I'm going to just get a little bit more on that eclipse. This eclipse is whatever is being eclipsed out of your life. I feel like you did the majority of that work with the one 2 weeks ago, and now it's about clearing the debris, the little piddly stuff, and allowing space for yourself to just be in the quiet and heal. Oh, this is lovely. Okay, you have hold your vision. That's what she's doing. That's what she's doing. Holding your vision. Holding your vision is whatever you cleared out, and you're resting and you're healing and you're allowing yourself to forgive. Allow yourself time. There's no rush. When you're ready, you'll know. So the moon moves into Capricorn. That's a fellow earth sign in the evening on Monday at 10:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the United States. And while the moon is in Capricorn, Venus, which rules your sign, is in your opposing sign of Scorpio, having a really beautiful conversation with Pluto in Capricorn, so in an earth sign. So there's a lot of supportive energy around this. They're talking about, that's that quietness, that going deep, that finding that inner peace, about what transforms your life in a very peaceful and beautiful way for you. And okay. And so, and the moon's going to square off with Chiron, and Chiron's in Aries, and then Chiron is the wounded healer. So there'll be that thing that you go, ouch, I didn't like that. So you notice it and you say, okay, but I learned my lesson. I'm letting that go. I forgive myself. I forgive everyone involved, because everybody was just here playing a part. And now I'm going to tune into spirit. This is the lynx, and the lynx has those big long ears with those little tufts on the top, and that's really like having your antennas up and listening to spirit, right? And it says, the keeper of secrets. Take time out from the world and observe. Nothing can deceive you when you trust your inner knowing. You see others' secrets and keep them sacred. In silence and solitude, you will find your strength. And your strength will be the inner peace. No doubt about it. And the sun is going to rise for you again. It is. You know, these cards are here, and I think that maybe even by the end of the week, you'll start to see some changes. We do have the moon in a really lovely aspect to the sun conjunct Mercury at the galactic center. And so that eclipse energy is really close to the galactic center. So whatever this dream is that you're thinking of, this plan, and whatever it is you're going for, it has a lot of power behind it to make it almost limitless, is the way it feels. It just feels like the only boundaries that could be imposed on it would be ones that you decide to impose on it, because I don't feel like the universe is going to. You have the peacock also, which is very much this kind of energy of the sun here. It says vibrancy. You were born to shine and inspire. Practice humility to avoid jealousy. Be grateful for your life, and more good things will come. Be true to yourself and recognize your brilliance. And so some of this contemplation, this forgiveness of self, leads to you being able to see how you shine. So hold that vision of what it is that you want. Hold the vision. This is really beautiful. Okay. So, while the moon is in Capricorn on Wednesday, the moon is going to talk to Pluto. Now, Pluto has just had that conversation with Venus about what's important to you and what it is you really want. And the moon is going to be like, okay, this is how I feel about that. Okay, yep. And then moves on to talk to Jupiter. And Jupiter goes, okay, so we're going to expand on that. And then the moon is going to move into Aquarius. Well, Saturn went into Aquarius at 12:04 a.m. on Thursday. And then the moon gets there at 1:27 a.m. So like an hour and a half later. And they're going to have a conversation about what is the best way forward. How do we plan this, and what do we do? So there will be the thinking through the process of developing where it is we're going. How do we bring this growth in for this vision that we have? And the whole time I want you to really focus on self-love. Because this is accepting the shadow and the light of yourself. If you can do that, you will grow through this experience. You will magnify everything that you are, and you will literally shine. You can't have light without darkness. So allow yourself to expand and grow in that way. The moon is also going to square off with the Uranus in your sign of Taurus there. Around, what is it, 7-8 degrees? So this is, I think, where you find the forgiveness. I think this is where you really have to dig into the forgiveness, right? Because when the moon is squaring off with Uranus, Uranus is about making changes. And you have to forgive yourself because you think you shouldn't have made whatever choices, is what it feels like. Like, I should have known better. Well, you wouldn't have grown to be who you are if you'd have known. So, so that's where you allow yourself to not worry about it. You have courage. You are safe. Fear is an illusion. And set strong boundaries. Hold your vision. Don't let somebody else tell you what it is or what it should be. That's for you to decide. Other people don't get to tell you who you are or what you're going to do. And Taurus, I think you know that, but I think you get a little nervous because you don't want somebody to disapprove of you. Well, nobody likes to be disapproved of by other people, but the reality of that is how other people think about us is none of our business. Like, they can approve or not, it does not matter. What matters is, are you being true to yourself? Are you opening yourself up to the flow of the abundance of the universe and the knowledge and the guidance and the self-love? When you are in tune with yourself and with the universe, things flow. And that's when you find your way forward on the path. And there is a path to be found. Because here's where you want to go, right? So this is kind of like, this is where I want to go, here it is. And now you're realizing there's all these steps. And so there's a process of working your way through them. So when the moon is in Pisces, there's an opportunity to start going, okay, what is my dream and how am I going to hold the vision of that? Because Neptune in Pisces right now is moving direct. And that's in a really nice angle for you, Taurus. And so holding your vision and allowing yourself to heal and rest, that's step one. That's step one. The rest of the stuff will come when it needs to. Ooh, it might be coming sooner than I thought. Okay, so we have Adrift in the Shadows. This is that resting phase. Take a few deep breaths and reconnect to your inner peace and notice the small things and appreciate them. So that is definitely the healing process. But you also have, this is one of those bioluminescent animals that glows to light their own way. To light their own way. It's kind of like the hermit. The hermit seeks the light within so that they know where to shine out. Where's that sun card? Right? So in the dark, you find the light, and the light is you. Wow. Okay, so back on task. Be sure you're using your time to the best possible manner. You might consider reviewing your goals, your schedule, or a project you are working on. All could use some fine-tuning. But I think this is through the thought process. But first, you need to relax and heal. Find some time this week to have that downtime. Are you going to have to, as you get to the end of the week, around the time, of Saturday, where we have the because Mercury moves into, it'll be Sunday. Sunday, you're going to be starting to think about what's ahead for the week, right? That's probably normally what you do anyway. But at 6:07 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Mercury moves into Capricorn, and Capricorn likes order and rules and discipline and structure. And so that's when you start pulling it together. But this week, listen to your body, listen to your intuition, rest when you can. Try not to be too stressed about the situation and allow yourself to kind of drift around in the shallow waters. Sunday evening's going to come soon enough. And then that's when you sit down and you write down those action steps and you get ready and you make that plan to go. I literally only have 2 more videos to do after you, and I just recognized that. So I think you needed it more than everyone else did. All right. So, look, you have Ruby. So this is a Ruby. Wherever the card is. There's a lot of cards here. On that Page of Pentacles. Knowing what's of value. Right here. That pentacle has a big old ruby in it. Vital life force flows vibrantly through me. I am grateful for my energetic passion for life. Improve physical strength and vitality, increase endurance and passion, activate productivity and self-motivation, increase enthusiasm and overall feelings of well-being. This is a week to heal and to recognize that you are of value and that you are worthy of the joy and the happiness. Find the inner peace with, the decisions you've made, and then forgive yourself and others and let that crap go with that full moon. With that new moon, with the eclipse. Like, that's the last of the debris, letting go of the negative energy surrounding it. And you have creativity. That's 2 about creativity. You have creativity. That's that 3 of Wands energy. Flows through me in a myriad of ways. I courageously bring my ideas into actuality, carnelian. So 3 of Wands, you're sitting there with 3 wands. That's 3 creative projects, ideas, or whatever. But the Page of Pentacles suggests that you really just focus on one, right? Okay, so it says, activate the creative mind, finalize projects, realize unlimited potential, improve visualization skills, and stimulate the courage to fulfill your life purpose and potential. When you are looking through the keyhole way back there on like Tuesday or Wednesday, and you're seeing the vision of where you want to go. See how close up that is? But when you get to the path at the end of the week, it seems further away because you realize all the steps. That's fine. That's reality sinking in. But when you see this, really see as much detail as you can so that you can seal that idea in your mind so that you can hold that vision, because that's where you're headed. Okay, so yes, there looks like there's some steps to get there, but you also have the watermelon tourmaline, which is adorable. I love the watermelon tourmaline. I keep looking for one. One day I will find one. My heart is open to giving and receiving love. I transform the world around me by focusing on divine love. Open your heart to love. Feel unconditional love and support. Bridge the spiritual connection between heaven and earth. Increase romance. Ooh, nice. Okay. So, I love the name, the watermelon tourmaline. I found some strawberry quartz though, and I got a bracelet with it. So that was fun, but now I'm still in the hunt. I will find that one day. All right, you guys, it looks like you have a week of resting. R&R is on the order, and then I think by the time you get to Sunday, you're going to start moving in a direction toward your vision. It looks like, though, there's some fun and romance involved in it. Don't forget to let your light shine, but be humble, right? Like, well, Taurus kind of is anyway, so I'm not really worried about that. All right, you guys have a great week. I will see you hopefully tonight, 7:30 p.m. for Moon Day Night Live. We'll talk a little more about the eclipse energy, pull you a couple cards. We'll sit and chit-chat a bit for about a half hour or so. And if you can't make it for that, then I will see you back here next week. You have a great week. Do what you need to do and believe in yourself and forgive yourself, because it's really okay. All right, you guys take care.